welcome to the CEO of You, where we're talking about business and leadership, basically on the foundation of personal development. So yesterday I did a post. I did a post that said, if people don't have an easy way to pay you, then you can't get easily paid. And I want to just elaborate a little bit on that because it's actually very, very simple. But it also, I think people hear it and then think, oh, that makes sense. And then they don't realize how many places in their businesses they're making it harder for people to pay you, to pay them. And so I wanted to get on to talk a little bit about that here. Imagine for a second that you're the client, because I like to look at the business as if, okay, if I were the client, how would I feel? What would I do in this case? And then I see, oh, okay, if I don't know you, I don't care enough to do these things. I don't care enough to go through these steps. And so imagine that you're the client and you kind of want to buy something. You're not super invested in it. You just saw something that, oh, that's kind of cute. And then you start feeling these steps that you have to go through in order to make the purchase. And you're just like, at what point do you say, I can't be bothered? Very often, if it's things like the site is loading too slowly, I'm going to leave. If I'm not invested, I'm going to leave. No, I can't be bothered. If I have to fill in too much information, I can't be bothered. If I have to approve certain things, I can't be bothered. So in how many places in your value chain do you create friction between the client and their purchase? So there are obviously exceptions. If you have a very high level premium, a very in-depth product, let's say that you're a consultant and you want to onboard clients and you need to know things about this client in order to give them proper consultancy. You need to get more information. You need to know who they are. You need to set up a meeting with them in order to really understand what do they need, how can I help? And at this point, usually the client knows you well enough or has enough interest for them to say, okay, let's go through this process. I want to make sure that you give me the best possible product. I am willing to invest my time and my energy into getting a quotation so that I can decide whether I want to move forward. That's a different story. Very rarely are we in a situation where people are completely new to you before they start on this journey. Usually they either know you really well through another client, it's a referral, or they might know you through your content. They might have read your books, that there might be some sort of introduction to the work that you do before they even bother, okay, at this point. And so I was reminded of this again this morning because I wanted to buy a ticket for an event that's happening next weekend. And I had to fill out a bunch of personal information in order to just buy this ticket. And it was like I had to, insert date of birth. And it wasn't just where I can just put it, this is my birthday. It's one of those where you have to open it and then you have to open the year and then you have to scroll. Me, I'm born in the 80s. Okay, so scrolling takes time. It really takes time to go find my birthday from back in the 80s. It's like, cannot be bothered. This is like, we have an attention span of 2-3 seconds these days. Every single time you add 2-3 seconds to the process between the client and their purchase, you are losing X amount of clients, right? Another thing is also, if the only thing that you have available for a client to purchase is these extensive offers that you have, or it's the premium product, right? You have to go through this process in order for you to get anything from me. If that's the only business that you have, if that's the only thing that you're offering in your business that you have available for these clients, you are missing out on a ton of cash, okay? People are always asking, what is the fastest way to cash? I want more cash, I want faster, I want more. And it's like, but you're making it so hard for people to work with you. Do you know how many businesses who are these very premium, who could create something quick, something small, right? We are in the digital era. We are in the era where you can literally create a digital product. You can probably do this in an afternoon. If you have a team doing it for you, you literally only have to instruct them. This is here where you can find the information. This is what I want it to look like. This is how I want it to be set up. this is how much I want it to cost. And then your team can carry it from there. Okay, all you got to do is the approval. There are so many people out there who are missing out on payments because they don't have anything available that is an easy yes. If you want easy money, make it easy for your clients to pay you. Have something available where you can say, this is what I'm offering. Here's a link. This is where you put your card information, or wherever you are. Maybe it's the mobile money, right? This is the code. You send this much money, and then we're going to send you this thing, or you're going to have access to this thing. Create something that's an easy yes. A lot of the entrepreneurs that I work with, they love adding resistance to the process because they're operating under a mindset that informs them that making money has to be hard. And because they're informed by a mindset that says making money has to be hard, I have to work hard for my money, then they set up processes where you have to go through all of that. You have to know this about us, and we need to know this about you, and we have to click here to set up a meeting, and then fill out this really long form, and then pull out this thing and submit that. And it's like you've lost so many clients before they reach a point where they can pay you. If someone has to set up a meeting with you for you to get paid, then you're missing out on money. There needs to be something available in your business where they can just click and say yes, and like, okay, and it's a relatively small amount, right? It's like it was easy, so easy to say yes to. And the thing about the easy yeses is that it's also easy for you. Usually it's something that you create once, and then it just kind of lives somewhere, and then people can go buy it as much as they want. You don't have to show up and fulfill. If you are in the coaching consultancy space where you usually have to fulfill a service, where you have to show up, you have to train, you have to do X, Y, Z. If you are in that kind of business and you don't have something created, it can be an ebook, it can be a book, it can be a course, it can be a webinar, it can be a masterclass, it can be something where you just said, here's a product, here's the price tag, here's the link, click, 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 done, you get paid. If you don't have that available anywhere in your business, you're missing out on money. It should not be hard to pay you. Are there cases where that's an exception? Probably, but only for the people that are not the ideal client. Let's look at the premium brands, right? The premium brands that have like a payment wall between them and most of the world. You have premium brands where most people just simply can't afford their products. It's not easy for people to pay to get that product. But if you're the ideal client, they're going to make it so easy for you. They're going to make it so comfortable for you. They're going to be like, oh, it's going to be the easiest, most enjoyable, nice thing in the world for you to come in here and then tap credit card, done. Or shipping, right? You're my favorite type of client. We're going to make sure that it's shipped in a beautiful box, and it's going to be easy. It's going to be convenient. It's going to be amazing. The only people that it's hard for are the ones who have to save up for years in order to buy that thing, because that is not an easy yes. They have to really invest their time and energy into it. But for the ideal client who don't really have that kind of, I'm not sure I can afford that. This is like, ding, tap, 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 credit card everywhere. It's so easy for them. So if you're looking at who are my ideal clients, and then you look at if my ideal client were to be introduced to me now, where can they go to easily pay me or to easily learn more information? And when they learn more information, what is the easy next step for them to be able to tap the credit card or click the link or send the mobile money? How much friction have you added in the process before someone can pay you? And as always, think about if I were the client and I did not know my brand and I was introduced to my brand, how quick and easy would it be for them to know who I am, what I do, or if it's a business, who we are, what we do? How can you get involved? How can you get a taster? What is something that they can easily, and that can even be a lead magnet, right? That could just be, oh, here, receive this thing, and all we need in return is your email and your name. That's all you gotta give us for us to give this to you. And then we get to know each other a little bit better. Is there friction here? Or is it easy? Then once you've done that, how easy is it for them for their money in their pocket to leave and then get into ours? If we're operating under a history with money, that money is so precious that even spending a little bit of money it's hard, it's uncomfortable. We hate paying for things. We really don't hate paying for things that we love buying, right? If you have a feeling or a mindset that says people are not going to love buying from me, then you're going to unintentionally make it harder for them to buy from you, because you're going to add in a lot of stuff into your process that you feel is going to make it easier for them to say yes, but it's actually going to make it harder. If they need more information, if they need to do more things, if they need to read more stuff, if they need to set up meetings, if they have to do all of these things so that you can convince them that they should want to pay you. No, no. As buyers, we don't really like that, right? Some people like it if it's a big investment, but we're not talking about the big investments here. We're talking about the easy yeses. Where are your easy yeses? Create more easy yeses in your business. Create more opportunity for money to just flow to you easily. Because if people cannot easily pay you, you cannot get easily paid. I think that's it for today. I think that's what we wanted to say. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a beautiful, lovely, blessed weekend, and we will see each other again soon. Bye.